Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Bold and the Beautiful. Steffy's source of despair revealed it's not hope. Bold and the Beautiful has Steffy Forrester on a roll of negativity these days, especially when she deals with Hope Logan on the CBS soap. If Hope says it's raining, Steffy will contradict her by saying the sun is out, and this cycle gains momentum as each new episode rolls out. But it looks like the real cause of Steffy's despair isn't Hope Logan after all, but her stepsister plays a small part in this. This week, the Be-Zero-Old and the Beautiful's Forrester Creations family had much to celebrate. Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, slammed her bedroom collection out of the ballpark with numbers. While the office exploded in celebration, there was one person noticeably with a long face, Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline Messins Wood. Hope Logan, Annika Noel, was overjoyed by her mother's success. Bold and Beautiful had a room full of folks jumping for joy over Brooke's line exploding in views. But not Steffy Forrester. She said she needed numbers to come in before she could get enthused. So even when the numbers exceeded all expectations, the Forrester daughter's mood lifted very little. But then something happened. While the old, angelic Hope seems absent these days, she may find out too late what's been eating at Steffy to stop her plan. Hope fumes over Steffy Forrester's condescending treatment toward her, so she's about to hit her where it hurts, or at least she's thinking that way this week on Bold and the Beautiful. It looks like Hope Logan has her sights set on Steffy Forrester's husband. Despite Finn already gently turning her away once, her stepsister's snarky attitude fuels this fire burning inside of Hope Logan. Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Hope will go after John Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, but the spoilers stop short at the outcome. Fans can surmise where this goes for Hope. She likely sets herself up to look like a fool. As she sits daydreaming over Finn, he's at home with Steffy, and the two grow closer than ever. But it's likely a happier Steffy shows up at Forrester Creations soon, now that the pain she feels is about to get some relief. Steffy Forrester watches Hope Logan with her mother and takes in the mother-daughter relationship they share. Then she sees her father Ridge Forrester, Thorsten K., relish Hope's mother. Steffy lost out on a trip with her dad when Brooke Logan jumped on board. However, she didn't go anyway after leaving her passport behind. But leading up to the trip, she was looking forward to father-daughter time. But a Logan woman stepped in to fix that. Steffy Forrester also blames Hope's mother for her mother, Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, leaving town, so all the Logan women gloating weighs heavily on Steffy. But when that phone call came from her mom this week, Steffy lit up. She even said something nice about having your mother to celebrate when speaking to Hope Logan before she left Forrester Creations, and she did it with a slight smile. So it seems Hope had something all along that Steffy desperately needed in her life, a daily dose of her mom. Now with Taylor coming home, it looks like Bold and the Beautiful. The bustling streets of Los Angeles were a blur of life and luxury. At Forrester Creations, the vibrant hum of sewing machines, the low chatter of design meetings, and the clatter of high-heeled shoes on polished marble floors set the stage for a typical day. But behind closed doors, where whispers of ambition and old secrets festered, Steffy Forrester found herself in a different realm altogether, one where reality was beginning to fray at the edges. For weeks, the tension had been palpable. Everyone assumed that Steffy's turmoil was centered around Hope Logan and the ever-chaotic triangle that seemed to define their intertwined lives. The glances exchanged between Hope and Liam, the flare of old feelings surfacing at odd moments, all were familiar, exhausting beats in their perpetual dance. But Steffy, known for her fierce independence and a heart carved from the legacy of generations, had not let it show. She remained poised, eyes unwavering, as she walked into her office, the door closing softly behind her. It was in that silence that her fortress began to crack. A sigh escaped her lips as she leaned against the desk, the smooth wood cool beneath her hands. The truth was, Steffy's current despair wasn't born of Liam's wayward heart or Hope's lingering gaze. No, it ran deeper, cutting into the marrow of her life in a way that few could fathom. She looked at the framed photo on her desk, Taylor, Ridge, and herself as a little girl with wide eyes and an untamed smile. The past few months had stirred the shadows of those early days when innocence hadn't yet given way to betrayal and loss. Her mother's recent erratic behavior, coupled with whispers that Ridge might be keeping a secret, clawed at her mind. Taylor had been her constant, a warrior who faced down life's storms with an almost reckless determination. But now, Steffy feared that Taylor's battles weren't just with the world outside, but within herself. A knock at the door startled Steffy from her reverie. It was Thomas, his expression a mix of curiosity and concern. "Steffy, got a minute?" he asked, already stepping inside before she could respond. "Of course," Steffy said, straightening up and pushing the tremor of vulnerability from her voice. Thomas took a seat across from her, eyes searching hers for a hint of what was unraveling behind the surface. He had his own demons, yes, but they shared a bond that even the fiercest rivalries couldn't sever. "Something's off, isn't it?" he said, leaning forward, elbows on his knees. "I know everyone's been thinking that it's about Liam and Hope, but I can see that it's not. You've been distant, even with Kelly and Hayes. What's really going on?" The air in the room felt thick, as if 1,000 unsaid things had collected in the corners, waiting for release. Steffy ran a hand through her dark hair, eyes darting toward the window where the sun cast blinding diamonds on the city skyline. "Thomas, it's Mom," she finally said, her voice barely above a whisper. His brows knitted together, the implication slashing through the casual comfort between them. Taylor's fierce love and occasional fragility had always been a part of their story, but this felt different. "Is she in trouble? Is it her mental health?" Thomas asked, his tone sharpened with worry. Steffy bit her lip, trying to find the right words. "It's not just that. Ever since she came back from Europe, she's been distant. She's been saying things that don't add up, acting like she's hiding something. And then there's Dad. I caught him on a call last week, talking in that tone, you know the one, where he's trying to manage a crisis." Thomas stood, pacing the length of the office. The steady thud of his footsteps mirrored Steffy's pounding heartbeat. "What do you think it is?" he asked. Before Steffy could answer, her phone buzzed on the desk, the screen lighting up with a name that made her stomach twist. It was a message from an old family friend who worked at a private clinic near Malibu. "We need to talk about Taylor. It's urgent." The walls seemed to close in around her as she read the message, the weight of unspoken truths pressing down like a storm. Her mind raced with possibilities. Was it a relapse, or something more devastating, a piece of their family history that had resurfaced to threaten them all? "I think we need to go to Malibu," Steffy said, her voice steadier now, fueled by determination. Thomas stopped mid-step, eyes wide. He nodded, the silent agreement between them steeped in a mutual fear that whatever they found there would change everything. The drive to Malibu was marked by silence, each mile stretching with the weight of anticipation. When they arrived at the clinic, an unremarkable building nestled between towering eucalyptus trees, Steffy's hands trembled as she reached for the door handle. They were greeted by Dr. Lacey, a woman with kind eyes and a voice that carried the practiced calm of someone who had seen it all. She led them into a private room, where Taylor sat by the window, her profile softened by the afternoon light. The sight of her mother, both familiar and foreign, sent a pang through Steffy's chest. "Mom," Steffy called out, tentative. Taylor turned slowly, a shadow of recognition flitting across her face. But it wasn't joy or relief that followed, it was something Steffy hadn't seen before, guilt. "Steffy, Thomas," Taylor began, her voice faltering, "there's something I need to tell you. It's about why I came back." The words hung in the air like an unfinished symphony, each note pregnant with consequence. Steffy held her breath, knowing that whatever came next would redefine their story, not just as a family, but as individuals teetering on the edge of legacy and love, secrets and salvation. The room, for now, remained cloaked in silence, as if even the world outside understood that what happened next would shatter the illusion of Steffy's despair and reveal its true, unyielding source.